हेलो जी मांग क्यों नहीं पूरी हो रही? हेलो जी मांग पूरी क्यों नहीं हो रही?
Right now we are showing you visuals straight from Jantar Mantar as YSRTP is protesting against KCR in the national capital. This is the place where YS Sharmila started her protest. She clearly stated that she wants to get the attention of what the
Burning Question, powered by Cool Fans.
बॉस का चैनल
Anti-India propaganda event cancelled as authorities act in the heart of national capital, viewers. As Republic confronts Yogendra Yadav's aide, the alleged organizer of the event, our colleague Madhurima. Mega plans fall flat as Trinamool Congress and the NCP both boycott the opposition march. Even ED couldn't glue the opposition. Back to back for the third consecutive day, Parliament adjourned after massive ruckus and sloganeering.
That Rahul Gandhi attacked not only the magnificence of the Indian Parliament, but also the supremacy of institutions such as the Supreme Court of India, the Election Commission of India,
BJP escalates attack, demands Rahul must apologize to the nation for insulting India. And it's all out chaos, and like how in Pakistan, as Imran Khan faces arrest, more than 50 people injured in the violent clashes in the capital of Pakistan. Yeah. Well, hello and welcome, viewers. I am Aishwarya Kapoor and you're watching The Burning Question. Viewers, even the ED, even the Enforcement Directorate could not get the complete opposition together. Though whatever the Congress could gather or garner the support of, it tried and tried desperately. The opposition parties led by the Congress joined hands and tried to march towards the EDE and the CBI office. But this apparent show of strength fizzled out in no time. They could barely cross 500 meters. 500 meters! And that too, the NCP and the TMC had boycotted the march. So where is the opposition? Or where is the opposition unity that these leaders talk about, the Congress talk about? We've seen how Rahul Gandhi failed to get the opposition together. Even Arvind Kejriwal couldn't. KCR tried, but couldn't get the complete opposition together because no one, and I mean no one, not Akhilesh, not Mamta, not Sharad Pawar, not Arvind Kejriwal is ready to accept, not Nitish Kumar, not Tejasvi Yadav are ready to accept Rahul Gandhi as the leader, and that's in bold and underlined. And if you're in the mood, make it italics. But no one I mean, is ready to accept Rahul as the leader. So where is the unity? Where is the unity? That's the debate on Burning Question. But first, the special report, and then we have a packed house.
They planned and projected a massive march. The plan was to showcase opposition unity by submitting a memorandum to ED office. However, the plan fell flat. TMC boycotted the march, and Sharad Pawar's NCP, which recently backed NDA government in Nagaland, dumped the march too. Despite Wadrakong blaming the centre,
देखिए ये तो रोक लिए हैं, लेकिन हमारा आप देख भी रहे हो तो हम हैं 200 लोग, तो यहाँ पर लोग हैं हम कम से कम 2000 लोग पुलिस, तो हमारी आवाज़ को दबाना चाहते हैं। बस सीधा हम रिक्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं, हमको प्रोसेशन में वहाँ जाने दीजिए, हमारी बात को वहाँ ईडी के सामने रखने दीजिए।
आज आप लोग देख रहे हैं कि किस प्रकार से मोदी सरकार अडानी ग्रुप को बचा रही है, अडानी ग्रुप को जेपीसी से बचा रही है। आज दिल्ली पुलिस का इस्तेमाल किया जा रहा है ताकि विरोधी दल ईडी के दफ्तर पे ना जा पाए।
अब अगर सांसदों को सड़क पे चलने और किसी कार्यालय में जा कर के कंप्लेंट लिखाने की अनुमति नहीं है और इतना ज़बरदस्त नाकेबंदी यहाँ की गई है, तो इसे क्या लोकतंत्र का जीवंत कहा जाएगा? यही है लोकतंत्र का गला घोटना।
Instead of having apology, they are trying to say that whatever we said, that itself is right. झूठ को सत्य करके सामने पेश करने के लिए हर एक दिन नया झूठ को सामने ला रहा है।
and BJP calling the march an attention diversion tactic. The true picture was out there, with two key parties boycotting the march. The cracks are wide open for everyone to see. Can the opposition still claim that it's not a divided house in the run-up to 2024? Bureau Report, Republic TV.
And on the burning question, I have Charu Pragya, spokesperson of the BJP. I have Reena Gupta, senior leader and spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party. And I have senior journalist and former media advisor to the Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister, Mr. Pankaj Sharma. Thank you and welcome to all three of you. Charu, I'll come to you, but I'll come to you, Pankaj first. What opposition is Mallikarjun Kharge talking about? You had few leaders there, but you couldn't even cross 500-meter mark, Pankaj. I'm sure 80% of your leaders, have more capacity to do it, but the problem is the zeal is not there, the fire is not there, and that's the problem. Even with the leadership of the Congress party, Pankaj, because you can't deny that. Even your leadership accepts that. That the cadre of the Congress is still there, but the leadership or the leaders or the particular family, the Gandhis, are unable to direct, are unable to channelize the thought of your cadre. Charu's gone, we'll get her back. Pankaj, I'm beginning with you. Pankaj Sharma, please.
Which leadership was absent? Which leadership was absent? Mallikarjun Kharge ji
I am
was there.
saying
All the
leadership.
Which leadership was absent?
I am saying the clarity. No, Pankaj, you took my words verbatim. I am saying the clarity of thought in your leadership is absent. Don't you feel that in the Congress party, sir?
No. How can you say that? What clarity of thought you want? I mean, if the clarity of thought is not there, which clarity of thought you want?
Sir,
I mean, what is clarity of thought according to you?
I want the clarity of thought which can, you see, I personally believe in a democracy you need a strong opposition. To have a strong democracy you need a strong opposition. And you know why? The BJP don't take you seriously or the other opposition seriously, because they exactly know that you will not, never, ever will you come together. Pankaj, you're asking me what clarity do I need from the opposition in my country? The clarity with which they can get, and they have a large heart that yes, Congress is ready to accept that Rahul Gandhi cannot lead the opposition. Let a better leader lead, and then you will see the unity in the opposition which is required, Pankaj. That's the clarity which is required, or the magnanimity which is absent in the present leadership of the Congress party. You are better connected in Congress than anyone else. On my panel, you know that, Pankaj ji. Half of your top leadership don't even talk to Mallikarjun Kharge. You may deny it on camera, but you know the fact. They directly talk to Priyanka Gandhi or Rahul Gandhi and not to Mallikarjun Kharge. That's the reality and that's the clarity of thought I'm talking about. Pankaj ji, if you beg to differ, please tell me.
Opposition.
Please tell me, sir.
Opposition according to me is very strong when the ruling dispensation plays various tricks to kill the opposition. They want opposition free political system in India. Despite that, if in 8-9 years opposition is this much strong, don't you think this is a big thing? I mean, the ruling dispensation trying to kill all the opposition parties, all the agencies are working day and night against the opposition leaders. Most 95% of the cases or the raids are on the opposition leaders. Despite all that, 16 political parties are together and they are trying to fight against the government. They are trying to fight for the restoration of democracy. What more do you want?
Party also on it.
They say that elections are being held, so their democracy is there.
Of the Congress. Okay, Pankaj Sharma, I get your point. I get the drift. Charu, I'll come to you. Charu, I'll come to you last today. Please hold on. Pankaj Sharma, I get the drift. You are satisfied with whatever Congress is there today. Can I go to Reena Gupta first and then I go to the BJP? Reena Gupta.
Your voice is actually breaking.
Are you satisfied the way the opposition? Okay. Can I go to Reena Gupta? Reena Gupta, your take on it. Reena Gupta, your take, and then I'm going to Charu. Reena.
Aishwarya, it's Modi ji, Adani, CBI, ED on one side, and the whole country, Pura Bharat on the other side. Because all the people of India who have been waiting for Achhe Din are all united in opposing this government. This is the weakest prime minister we've had in the history of India. The weakest prime minister who has not once...
Aishwarya, please, is this a parody show today?
Let us speak, Charu.
Doing a parody
Give us 30
show?
seconds, Charu. Don't. I'll give you your time. Let us speak. Because people should know what the Aam Aadmi Party, how Aam Aadmi Party is supporting the Congress. Just let it happen. Let us speak. Let us speak of viewpoint.
Party
Please, Reena ji, continue.
The people of this country. The people of this country who have been waiting for Achhe Din for a decade now. The people of this country who have been waiting for employment. The people of this country that have been fighting inflation. Now, just two news headlines I want to read, Aishwarya. Smartphone market declined by 10%. Tea consumption down. Two-wheeler sales lowest in a decade. Men's underwear sales falling down. देश की इतनी बुरी हालत है कि लोगों के पास बनियान खरीदने के पैसे नहीं हैं और मोदी जी
You are getting frivolous now.
रानी को बचाने में लगे हुए हैं.
Yeah, that's why I asked you if this is a parody show.
Reena Gupta, is that a marker? Reena Gupta, Charu, I'm coming to you. Charu, I have a question for you as well. But Reena Gupta, is that a marker? Okay, you've made your point. Reena, I'll come back to you. But Charu, you have that somewhere or the other. Though the enforcement...
But you're not letting me speak.
I'll come back to you, Reena ji. I'll come back to you. I have. My directors told me I have 10 more minutes, so please don't worry. Charu Pragya, the opposition is somewhere or the other finding ways to back each other up. Because and I'll tell you on your face, they're not afraid of you, they are afraid of the ED. Let it be clear. They are doing it because of the ED. The Aam Aadmi Party is standing shoulder to shoulder with the Congress, not because of the BJP, but because of the Enforcement Directorate and because of the corruption allegation on them. Charu.
If BJP has nothing to hide, then why are they not ready for a JP?
Reena, last I checked, my name was Charu.
Reena, I've asked Charu. Let Charu answer. I'm going to a last. Thank you. Charu Pragya. Charu Pragya. Reena ji, don't do this.
I'm waiting to speak.
Reena Gupta, please. Reena Gupta. Thank you, ma'am. Reena ji, please, thank you.
Not allowing discussion
please
to
don't blow the
happen
film.
in the parliament on the Adani issue.
So,
Charu, Pragya,
Aishwarya, good evening.
Reena ji, I'll come to
Good
you at your time.
evening.
Thank you, ma'am. Charu, continue.
Adani,
Yeah.
or is Charu
So-
also scared to say anything against Adani?
Reena ji, don't do
Can I
this now,
speak, please,
please.
Aishwarya?
Reena ji,
Can
don't
I
do this
speak,
now.
please?
Thank you. Yeah, please, Charu, carry on. Yeah, fast.
So, the myth of opposition unity, as usual, will come down falling like a house of cards. We've seen it happen too many times in the past. I'm waiting for it to happen again before 24 elections. Because if today the opposition says that 16 parties are coming together, 14 parties are coming together, they are coming together with 16 or 14 contenders for the post of Prime Minister. So maybe in their own individual areas and pockets, they might win a seat or two. But what happens when you're talking about the country as a whole? It's very intelligent of Reena today to speak on TV and talk about how Prime Minister Modi is a weak Prime Minister. But madam, let me remind you that he's got the highest approval rating of any global leader. And
Okay.
this approval rating is increasing every year. He has got the support of more than 300 MPs in the parliament in spite of all the propaganda
Reena, no
floated
one
by
spoke
you
when
in
you were speaking.
2018. It was quite similar. Inflation, she mentions it's under control. Madam, go and look at the global index. 7% is the growth rate of our GDP for this year. I mean, you need to be a little more educated to understand the direction in which India is headed. But Aishwarya, coming back to the topic at hand and sticking to that, I think this myth of opposition unity needs to be bust actually, because we saw the Bharat Jodo Yatra. We saw the impact of that. What's the point of calling a yatra which is talking about jodoing when you go to countries and universities abroad and actually pull down your country in such a horrible manner? And Reena, I want to ask you, how many seats did you win in Lok Sabha 2019? How many seats? So it's great for you to say Mr.
Reena Gupta,
Kejriwal is the
answer to that.
world's best leader.
Reena Gupta and then
but
Pankaj
fact
sir.
is,
Reena
you
Gupta,
got
let's
no
answer.
support on the ground.
Reena Gupta, answer. Quick reply.
How
Quick
many
reply.
seats did you
Reena
win?
Gupta,
You've
quick
been in
reply.
power since 2013.
Charu's question, Reena's answer.
Answer.
Charu's question, Reena's answer. Yes, Reena.
Aishwarya, one thing is very clear, that the country is tired of Bharatiya Janata Party, and that is the reason
That's why the country keeps voting for Modi ji again and again and again. Exactly, Reena.
Put
That's
everybody
Charu, now let her
Reena
answer.
knows more
If they
than
are not rattled, then why are they misusing
Who
these
is
agents?
rattled? You were speaking
If they are
like
not
this, exactly
rattled,
this
then
language
why
in
are they not
2018.
allowing
I
the
don't
parliament
forget
to
the
function?
visual
Why
of
are
that
One by one, please, both of you.
the parliament on the Adani issue?
Honorable ladies,
They were
please.
swearing in ceremony in 2018.
What are they scared of?
14 leaders on stage.
One by one, both of you,
14
please.
leaders holding hands, and we know what
Charu.
happened in 2019.
Adani
Charu, don't do this. Charu, don't do this. Charu, please. Thank you.
इस देश के एयरपोर्ट सब कुछ अडानी को दे दिए आपने। कितने इलेक्टोरल बॉन्ड्स लिए अडानी से आप? क्यों डरते हैं इतना? जेपीसी करवाइए।
क्या मैं जवाब दूं? नहीं, अगर आपको लगता है, अगर आप
Hold on, let her complete and then you answer. But Reena Gupta, you want, I have done ample debates on Adani. If you want, I'll do that again. Charu, I'll come to you. Reena Gupta, you want a debate on Adani, I'll do it again. But I am asking, Reena Gupta, straight question to you, ma'am.
How many
And
seats
then I'll
did
go
you
to
win in
Pankaj and then I'll go to
2019?
Charu back. Please tell me. Please tell me. Charu, you asked that question, she's not answering. Relax. You know the answer, the world knows the answer, the country knows the answer. Thank you. You say, Reena Gupta, that you respect the people of this country. The people of this country have voted Modi and BJP again. Not you. Not the Congress. Not you, not the Congress. The people of this country have only voted. And you say that you respect the people of this country.
People of this country trusted that BJP will deliver. The people of this country, it's clear to them that Modi ji is only delivering for Adani, to his friends. Modi ji is not delivering to the common people.
This rhetoric has gone old now. This
Charu,
rhetoric has gone old now.
Country that are going to throw out Bharatiya
Charu,
Janata
please, I know.
Party. Today, even the Chief Justice has said.
Okay, I'll ask
that
one
they have
question.
made a spectacle
I'll ask
of
you
them.
one question,
Can I
Reena
please
ji.
quickly
And
respond? I'll
because
take 10
Pankaj
seconds.
Sharma is also from knows, you will, Charu. Charu, I will take your response, please don't worry. But Pankaj Sharma knows and understands Madhya Pradesh very minutely. I'll ask you, Reena Gupta, on national television, please tell me, after Arvind Kejriwal announcing that he is going to contest every seat in Madhya Pradesh, can you please tell me how many seats will you get in the coming assembly polls in Madhya Pradesh? And then I'll take the same question to Pankaj and then I'll see, Charu, how much unity is there in the opposition? Let's see. Reena Gupta, please answer that.
Aishwarya, every party contests to win elections.
Reena, are you going to accept
Nobody
Akhilesh ji as your leader or Mamata
election.
Didi? Or
At
is it
the
going to
end
be
of the
Rahul
day,
Gandhi? Whom does
at the end
Kejriwal
of
ji
the
accept
day,
as his
depends
leader?
on the people of the country, the people
Or
of
has
that
Rahul
Tell-
Gandhi
don't joke.
accepted Kejriwal as his
they
leader?
trust
Don't
you
joke
or
with
they
that.
don't trust you. But we are not going to sit and discuss who's going to form the government right now. We still have the elections to happen. One thing is very clear.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
Bharatiya
true.
Janata
It will
Party
never
is on
come
a-
down to that question.
That is the reason why they're going around arresting all opposition leaders, because they have nothing to show for their 9 years.
Pankaj Sharma.
And now they're
Charu,
going
I'll
around
come back to you and no one will speak in the
leaders.
middle, please. That's my request to all three. Pankaj Sharma. Pankaj Sharma. Arvind Kejriwal has announced every seat in Madhya Pradesh elections. Every seat. The Aam Aadmi Party is taking the Congress on not only in Delhi, but in every state now. And you are talking about opposition unity. You are saying you are satisfied by the leadership of the Congress
has
party.
announced.
Pankajji, how? I'm forced to ask you again, how, sir? How are you satisfied?
See, Arvind Kejriwal has announced that his party will contest all the seats in Madhya Pradesh. But let's see, there is still time.
Charu, coming to you after this.
I'm very hopeful that things will take a different shape when the elections are there, because opposition unity at the central level will have its impact in the states also. I'm sure that Arvind Kejriwal will have to rethink on his strategy in the coming assembly elections in Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan. And let's see, there is still time. There are few
Charu, are you
months
getting
left.
the drift?
So he may
Can I have
not
Reena's
contest
opinion
all
as
the
well?
seats. There
Charu,
may
are
be
you
some
getting
kind
it?
of an arrangement.
Congress wants
absolutely.
the Aam Aadmi Party to have a national alliance with the Congress. That is breaking news, Pankaj Sharma. That is not going to happen. Trust me on that, Charu. Charu's answer to both Reena and Pankaj Sharma. Charu's
you know,
answer.
I
And
was,
Reena ji, give her a minute and a half. I'll give you the equal number, same time, yeah. Charu, answer.
So, because you keep bringing up Adani, very quickly I want to say, file a case. Let the courts decide that. Don't bring this up on TV. Come up with a better rhetoric for television. And when I look at the opposition unity, I want to ask Reena, is Kejriwal ji going to accept Mamata Didi as his leader, or is it going to be Akhilesh ji? Is it going to be Stalin, or is it going to be Rahul Gandhi? And vice versa. Whom does Rahul Gandhi think is most able to lead him into 2024? Is he okay with the leadership of Kejriwal ji? So, you know, you guys have become a set of people with the absolutely zero vision except to defeat Modi. And Modi wins because his vision is to make India greater. His vision is not to defeat somebody. That's the difference between the Bharatiya Janata Party and all your parties. Because when you focus on making someone lose, you're the one who loses.
Reena,
first.
hold on. I'll come to you. 30 more seconds.
And Aishwarya, I want to also remind everyone of that visual of the CM's oath-taking ceremony in Karnataka in 2018. A similar kind of narrative was being set. 14 top leaders of the country stood on that stage holding hands and saying, we are going to defeat Modi. What did Modi do? He came back to parliament with a majority even greater than last time. So let me assure you today, and we will come back and talk about it in 2014. We are coming back with a greater majority because our promises are equal to our report card. And this is the report card that the people of India see and vote again.
Reena Gupta. Ending comments, Reena Gupta. Okay, Charu, ending comments.
I want to tell Charu and all her friends, the opposition will sit and decide who will lead us. They don't need to be bothered about it and get so perturbed. We can decide on our own.
200 meters.
That's point number one. Point number two.
Okay, Charu, no one spoke when you... Charu, no one was disturbing. Please don't.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yes, please, Reena. Please. Thank you.
See, when Prime Minister was contesting, he said, "Na khaunga, na khane dunga." You see the highway he inaugurated 2 days ago in Karnataka. That highway has already broken apart. That shows the state of country, state of corruption under Modi ji, under double engine की सरकार in Karnataka. Double engine की सरकार मतलब सब ऊपर से नीचे बैठ के खा रहे हैं. इसी वजह से पूरा देश परेशान है. आपने सिर्फ खुद खाया है, अडानी को खिलाया है.
Very rich coming from the party जिनके दो बड़े-बड़े मंत्री जेल में बैठे हैं.
चाहे एम्प्लॉयमेंट हो, चाहे महंगाई हो, और देश के लोग बाहर फेंकेंगे इनको।
Just some more rhetoric.
जरूरत नहीं है, इस देश ने डिसाइड कर लिया है, इनफ इज इनफ। आपने जो अच्छे दिन के सपने दिखाए थे किसी एक
No, I'll just say enough is enough. Reena Gupta, Pankaj Sharma, Charu, I'll only say this. Reena Gupta, I gave you your time. Reena Gupta, I gave you full 90 seconds. I'm only saying, you may attack the BJP may attack the AAP, the Congress may feel that they are at a very comfortable position after that marathon of a yatra. But at the end of the day, you need to win the trust of the people. And they show their trust in the form of their vote. And that is something clearly, even the Aam Aadmi Party has failed in the last 2 assembly polls. Reena Gupta, you are aware. You are going to contest Madhya Pradesh election. Congress and a person who's very close to the Congress leadership in Madhya Pradesh is saying that they are hopeful that you will be in an alliance with them and not contest all seats. That I cannot imagine as a reporter Arvind Kejriwal once again doing the same mistake again and having a full-fledged alliance with the Congress party. That's not going to happen. And that was exactly what Charu was saying. Can an Akhilesh Yadav, viewers, accept Mamata Banerjee as a leader? Can an Arvind Kejriwal accept Nitish Kumar as the Prime Minister's face? Can a Sharad Pawar accept a Mamata Banerjee? No, that is not going to happen. So the only problem is, and all of them are united on one fact, that we cannot accept Pankaj Sharma, Rahul Gandhi as the Prime Ministerial candidate. That is something which is unanimously accepted in the complete opposition. That koi bhi ho jaye, but not Rahul. And even to go that far, you need to get the numbers. It's a numbers game, Reena Gupta. It's a numbers game. And that's why you see a smiling Charu, because they are exactly aware that it's a fractioned opposition. Fractioned opposition. Fractioned opposition, and that's the clarity I was talking about. Pankaj Sharma, that's the time I have on Burning Question. Thank you so much, Charu Pragya, Reena Gupta and Pankaj Sharma for the time. Right after the break, my colleague Abhishek Kapoor with the trending Burning Question. Thank you so much, all three of you and the viewers. Thank you.
In the global employability rankings by Times Higher Education UK, only the following 6 institutions from India are ranked amongst the top 230 in the world for having the most employable graduates. IIT Delhi, IISc Bangalore, IIT Bombay, IIM Ahmedabad, IIT Kharagpur and Amity University.
Right now we are showing you visuals straight from Jantar Mantar as YSRTP is protesting against KCR in the national capital. This is the place where YS Sharmila started her protest. She clearly stated that she wants to get the attention of all the parliamentarians and the nation towards the biggest scam which is done by the KCR government in the Kaleshwaram lift irrigation project. As YS Sharmila is detained by the Delhi police officials, she is being taken to the nearest police station.
Mr. Parambir Singh, you fabricated evidences in TVR scam. Are you ashamed of it? Are you sorry for it? Who were your political bosses? Who gave you orders? Are you ashamed of the fact that to Republic?
हेलो जी मांगे क्यों नहीं पूरी हो रही? हेलो जी मांगे पूरी क्यों नहीं हो रही?
Right now we are showing you visuals straight from Jantar Mantar as YSRTP is protesting against KCR in the national capital. This is the place where YS Sharmila started her protest. She clearly stated that she wants to get the attention of all the parliamentarians and the nation towards the biggest scam which is done by the KCR government in the Kaleshwaram lift irrigation project. As YS Sharmila is detained by the Delhi police officials, she is being taken to the nearest police station.
Trending burning question powered by Cool Fans.
Welcome back, friends. This is serious, ladies and gentlemen. There was an attempt, in fact, to push a pro-Pakistan line with the Let Kashmir Speak event in Delhi. Thankfully, torpedoed by Delhi police after agencies came to know what's happening. The event was called off and the Tukre propaganda was laid bare. Essentially, there was someone absolutely anonymous, because as yet there is no clarity who was organizing this, who was trying to foment trouble again in Kashmir via Delhi. Obviously, the links go all the way back to the Pakistani deep state and possibly some elements within the Organization of Islamic Conference. And that's something what we are going to discuss. But let's try to understand what has exactly happened, who was organizing this event on Kashmir at the Gandhi Peace Foundation in Delhi, and then we come back to discuss.
In an attempt to regroup, Tukre lobby organized an event to target India and Indian government. The pro-Pak event was named Let Kashmir Speak. Elements including the likes of Hurriyat leaders were the participants. Acting swiftly, the event was cancelled by Delhi authorities. Security was increased outside the venue.
Multiple police officers still manning the gate of the venue because they are apprehensive that though the event was scheduled for somewhere around 2 to 3 in the afternoon, they are still here to to make sure that the law and order situation is not compromised. So you can see the kind of seriousness that this event held, the kind of people that were going to attend and even address this event.
Behind the event were Tukre gang at it again. One of the organizers was Yogendra Yadav Swaraj India. Republic confronted Yogendra Yadav's aide.
Swaraj Abhiyan giving the platform to such voices is not correct. Don't you think so?
Is not giving the platform for that matter.
Did Swaraj Abhiyan not check in the first place that who are these speakers?
Is Swaraj Abhiyan a law and order authority?
But you are booking the venue. Don't you think that you are responsible?
But in the first place, they don't have any problem with the speakers. If they would have the problem with the speakers, the Gandhi Peace Foundation would have told us, informed us.
And tonight, we must ask, who is pushing the pro-Pak line in India? Let's debate.
All right, let's expose those who are behind pushing the Pakistani line on Kashmir in the heart of Delhi. For God's sake, are they in right mind? Major Dhruv Katoch, Director, India Foundation, joins us live from Delhi. Very good evening, sir. Also, Ahmad Ayaz, political analyst, live from Delhi. In a bit, we would be joined by Amit Raina, Kashmiri activist, and then Sujata Bashir, senior leader of the Democratic Azad Party, live from Srinagar, in fact. But let me begin with you, Ahmad Ayaz. It is clear somebody does not want peace. Somebody or someone or some organization is not liking the path to progress that Kashmir is charting. And that's why organize events like this and create a buzz that there are problems in Kashmir and only problems in Kashmir. Ahmad Ayaz, you think we should have allowed this to happen? Thankfully, police stopped it.
No, yes, see, we don't know who all these people are, but the point is, yes, it's a need of the hour that seminars or like this, or the peace talks should begin, because we have seen for last so many years we have been with the guns from the both sides, and then the killings even still continue and peace has not been restored. I think there is no alternative to the talks. Ultimately, we will have to go for the talks to see that the peace is restored, because it is Kashmir which has been at the receiving end for last 33 years, and we don't know how long it continues. We have, despite all the the efforts to see all major operations,
are you suggesting
at the military level with no combat,
talks happen through tukde gang? Are you suggesting peace happens through propaganda?
No, we should not bother about whoever,
because the people who are participating have clear links with the lobby which does not want peace in Kashmir. They are conflict entrepreneurs who have thrived, survived, prospered at the expense of Kashmir and the life of the common Kashmiri man and woman there in the valley.
No, the important is the intent, not the person, whoever. But the point is, this is a good initiative. In fact,
the intent is to create trouble. The intent is to bring Kashmir and the difficulties in Kashmir under focus. The intent is to again crystallize buzz around Kashmir in a manner that it is shown in negative light.
No, because we have not heard them. Because without hearing them, we have disturbed or we have not allowed them. You see, point is that I don't think anybody will do that, and one should do that. They should see to it that they help restoring peace. And if there's a process like that, I think we all should welcome and help and facilitate it. I think it was wrong on the part of whoever has disturbed the seminar without knowing what is their intent, what are they going to do, having disturbed them. I don't think that was fair. We should have heard them, seen what are they doing, what are they going to talk about, and then had they talked anything against, well, we could have taken an action. But without
are you not
knowing
breathing
what
in
exactly
Kashmir?
they are going to do,
you are in Srinagar. You are in Srinagar. You are as of now live from Delhi, but you are from Kashmir. Are you not breathing in Kashmir? They are saying let Kashmir breathe. Are you not breathing there?
No, it is not question of breathing. You see, question is ultimately the peace which you desire to has not been restored. Kashmir is still a problem. Who says it has been restored, or Kashmir is the
I think there is peace, except for the occasional terrorist who comes to get killed and occasions his death.
I say, my point is
by targeting some innocent civilians.
My point is that you are. See, that's what I'm telling. That Kashmir has not yet normalized. So to take initiatives to normalize Kashmir,
you are being apologist for these lobby tukde gang members. You are being an apologist for the lobby which does not have the best interests of the Kashmiri people in their heart and mind.
Not at all. We should not be. No, not at all. We should not be. No, we're not at all. We should not be concerned who the people are. We should be concerned to see that what is their intent, what are they going to do, what are their plans. If the plans
how can you let an event happen, Ahmed Ayaz, when we don't even know who's organizing this? But it's absolutely anonymous, surreptitious, and done in a manner to inject an element of poison in the otherwise peaceful, progressive, development-oriented narrative that we are seeing in the valley of late.
Well, that's a point that need to be seen. That it should be some responsible people. It should not be haphazard. It should not be in what we call it all town deck and hurry. They should be people of some stature who can be responsible. Well, to that extent I agree. But rest to see that let Kashmir speak. There shouldn't be any problem. Kashmir should speak. People should speak about the Kashmir. Then only the solution will arise.
You are from Kashmir. You are speaking. We are listening. The nation is watching. What's the problem? And that's how dialogue has to happen. Not with an ulterior motive and propaganda aimed at buttressing the narrative of Pakistani deep state. Amit Raina has joined us. Ahmad Ayaz, I'll come back to you, but I have to involve others also. Major Dhruv Katoch, very welcome, sir, into the conversation that we are having. You see, this was being held at Gandhi Peace Foundation in Delhi. And we know certain connections of Gandhi Peace Foundation. I'll bring them out. Its President Prashant Kumar, connections with Congress Party, connections with the lobby, which is typically slanted against India. Remember, we had Arundhati Roy actually suggesting that let Kashmir be given to Pakistan, and we know the connections between Prashant Kumar and Arundhati Roy, and Sanjay Kak, one of the speakers, and Arundhati Roy. General Katoch, the point is, should this be even allowed? And was it sort of not a failure? Of course, it was nipped in the bud. It was found out, and the Delhi police acted with alacrity and cancelled the permission. But the fact that this could be organized, this could be publicized, and the event almost happened. There's somebody who's so intent on disturbing the progress and development narrative in Kashmir, General Katoch.
You said it, and I totally agree with you. Firstly, this event should never have been organized. Now they are talking about two issues. One, let Kashmir speak, and Mr. Ayaz actually also said what the intent was pure. Now, I want to, on the first point, Kashmir has spoken for the last 4 years, and they have said, we don't want terrorism. We don't want an Islamic state. We don't want the Hurriyat. And we don't want murderers like this Abdullah fellow who was responsible for the genocide which took place against the Kashmiri Hindus in 1990 and who should rightly be tried for genocide. Kashmir has said no to all that. So what do these people want who are organizing this conference? They want a return of the Hurriyat. They want a return of the terrorists. They want a return of Sharia law or the advocacy of Sharia law. And they want to throw out every single Hindu in the Kashmir Valley. And that is what Mr. Ayaz is actually advocating. And I'm ashamed. How can you advocate something like this when for the first time Kashmir is at peace? And it is moving so steadily to becoming the most peaceful state in India that Pakistan obviously is rattled, but the Pakistani supporters in India are also rattled. There is another angle to this which I want to bring out. We are coming to the 2024 election. One more point, just one quickly. We are coming to the 2024 election next year. Now, there is this toolkit brigade and the regime change brigade which will be trying to disrupt India at every level. This is part of the toolkit activities. I think we should go very deeply into who were trying to organize it. What is the source of funding? Have they any association with the Ford Foundation or with the Rockefeller Foundation or with George Soros or the multiple Western groups who are intent to break up India? Pakistan, of course, is a given, but Pakistan is a failed state. My last point, how can you even think of talking to Pakistan? Pakistan will crumble in the weight of the sheer inconsistencies which it has made in its own polity, and very soon it will be 3 or 4 states breaking up into that. So the question of talking with Pakistan does not arise. We do not talk with terrorists. We will not talk with the sponsors of terrorism. And in the valley, the political parties which support terrorism, I think we need to become very strong and start taking action against these soft terrorists and these Hindu haters who don't want any person in the valley except Muslims. And I'm making that statement very clearly.
That's obviously the agenda of the terrorists, and that's essentially what the Azadi narrative was, thankfully buried perhaps forever. General Katoch, I'll come back to you. Amit Raina has joined us, Kashmiri activist. Amit Raina, Ahmad Ayaz essentially is saying that this is a freedom of speech issue. If they wanted to speak about problems in Kashmir, if they wanted to speak about a gag being there on the media in Kashmir, they should have been allowed to. My question is, it's not about the topic which was to be discussed. The issue is intent. The issue is antecedents. The issue is who was behind this. Absolutely anonymous. And suddenly you have a platform coming up with 5 people as speakers. You have somebody known to be part of the lobby against the government booking the venue. The venue itself, Gandhi Peace Foundation, has a history of engaging with these separatists and separatist sentiments in a manner which is detrimental to India's territorial integrity and national security. Is it a freedom of speech issue as Ahmed Ayaz wants us to believe, Amit Raina?
One has to look at the chronology of events. You have a leader of opposition going to Cambridge, belittling India, talking about the lack of freedom of speech and other curbs on democracy, which I don't know he could say, and he says in the country, but he still said that. Then it is followed by an op-ed in New York Times by Anuradha Bhasin, which talks on the similar lines, which talks about the oppression in Kashmir and the media blackout. Then you suddenly have an event cropping up in Delhi by an organization called Gandhi Peace Foundation, whose links with the erstwhile ruling party, the Congress party, are well known. And the topic again is freedom of speech and Kashmir oppression and blacking of freedom media in Kashmir. Now, if you look at the way, if you look at the speakers and how this whole campaign was done, one of the prominent speakers was Hasnain Masoodi. Hasnain Masoodi is a former High Court judge, but currently is a sitting member of Parliament of National Conference from South Kashmir. They do not mention that. They selectively choose to mention former High Court judge. They do not mention it. Then you have Sanjay Kak, who has a historical record of making documentaries which are pro-Pakistan, pro-separatist, pro-secessionist. Then you have other people, Muhammad Yusuf Tariqami, who constantly wins from a hardcore Jamaat-e-Islami area called Kulgam. A communist leader wins consistently from a hardcore Jamaat-e-Islami area, Kulgam, clearly telling you the nexus between the Jamaati and the left liberal. And the campaign again is Ahmed Ali Fayaz. Yes, we should talk about Kashmir. Freedom of speech is fine, but I would have appreciated if the topic would have been how to speed up the development and progress in Kashmir, how to ensure minority safety in Kashmir, how to bring Kashmir on par with rest of India, how to develop communal harmony and stop killing of minorities in Kashmir. That would have been the topic.
Ahmed Ayaz,
most welcome topic.
Why not talk about the targeted Kashmiri Pandit killings? Why not talk about the manner in which these terrorists are financed, these terrorists are sent weapons, and they are radicalized just so that Kashmir does not get peace? Ahmed Ayaz, we can talk, but why not talk about these issues? If you really want or think that Kashmiri commoners there in the valley should be living with peace and progress. Obviously, you don't have peace in mind. You have trouble in mind. You want to push Pakistani agenda, Pakistani propaganda, Pakistani narrative. Ahmed Ayaz, you can't talk with people like that.
No. You see, you could see the people like Hasnain Masoodi, the former judge, and the sitting MP in of the National Conference, and then the leaders like CPM leaders like Tariqami, and then other people like what you call it, that Kak, the film maker. I mean, these are now you see these are the people who are not unknown, who could be expected to speak something.
It's a question we are asking to them. They are not unknown people, but they have to take questions. The fact is, they have refused to come on record, come for an interview and answer some questions that we had for them. Did they clarify who is organizing this? Did they clarify what the agenda that is being pushed? Did they clarify this chronology of events that Amit Raina is talking about? Rahul Gandhi speaks about Kashmir in London, pushes a certain narrative, calls the terrorist who killed those Pulwama braves a car bomber. Then you see an article appearing in NYT by a known Kashmir activist known for pushing Pakistani narrative, Anuradha Bhasin. And then you have this event being organized here, and I'm told in a couple of days there is another event being organized in Mauritania, Islamic Republic, by the Organization of Islamic Conference. Obviously, there is a common thread between all these events. There is someone directing all these incidents aimed at bringing Kashmir again center stage, but with a Pakistani narrative, Pakistani propaganda.
You see,
Ahmed Ayaz, you have no answers.
Come out and it's well.
You still want to talk?
You see, to speak and to...
No, Ahmed Ayaz Saab is a good man. He doesn't have answers. I don't know why he's even defending the undefendable.
No, I have to speak.
आप क्यों defend कर रहे हैं undefendable?
No, Raina.
This is unfair. I have always found to be
no,
you
no,
to
no,
be a reasonable man.
Raina Saab.
Just for the sake of being on the good books of
no, even today also
you do not need to defend the wrong. You need to get up and ask for seminars and meetings on how do we bring in Kashmir on par with the rest of India. How we stop targeted killing. How we stop radicalization in Kashmir.
Point is Raina Saab. See, point Raina Saab. Point Raina Saab.
Salim person who's a known person today claims to be chairman of United Peace Forum, but he's a known he has views against Hindus.
No, Raina Saab, a former judge sitting MP, and who speaks in the parliament. Do you think that he could have spoken something which could have gone against the nation? As a former judge, a sitting MP who speaks in the parliament, do you think he could have spoken something against the nation outside? Or a person like Tarigami, who is a recognized leader of the national party, do you think that such people could speak something which could go against the interest of the nation? We should allow them to speak, which the constitution guarantee to us to speak. We should allow them to speak. Well, had they spoken something against, they could be taken the task, it could be checked. But you have not allowed them to speak. That gives a feeling that everybody feels oppressed. So that's what I say, that unless you allow people to speak,
why should we allow?
How can you come to understand what
you are being an apologist. You are being an apologist for
what is the topic? What is the heading of the topic?
For those people who have never had the best interest of the Kashmiri people in their mind.
And operation in Kashmir, is it a colony? What are they trying to communicate? And repression in Kashmir and political activists in detention is the topic. What political activist is in detention? Which political leader is in detention? Since when did Yasin Malik become a political leader? Since when did Naeem Khan become a political leader? Since when did Bitta Karate become a political leader? You are talking about hardcore terrorists and branding them as political activists. This is not cannot be allowed. You cannot allow people who have killed hundreds and hundreds of Kashmiris, innocent Kashmiris, Air Force officers, army personnel, to be branded and to be re-christianed as political leaders. Sorry, this will not be allowed.
Let me respond.
Amit Raina. It is clear that today Ahmed Ayaz has no answers to some questions we have asked. Mr. Ayaz साहब, देखिए आपके पास ना आज कोई जवाब नहीं है. You are defending the indefensible. The issue is, when the people are known to be incorrigible haters
you have to allow
of
the
a
people
united,
to speak.
peaceful and progressive India.
You have to allow.
We cannot allow. No, this is not a freedom of expression issue. Remember what happened with the BBC in the United Kingdom just last week. No, Mr. Ayaz, listen, this is not freedom of expression. Remember what happened to a known contributor to the BBC when it took a different line. You know what happened to a documentary filmmaker when the BBC had to toe the government line there. You know, it's not that it happens only in India. The issue is, let me give the last word. Let me give the last word to General Katoch. General Katoch sir, Ahmed Ayaz continues to say, unko bolne dijiye, unko baat karne dijiye. We are really fed up. We have done that for 70 years and there has been so much blood in Kashmir. Ahmed Ayaz should, not forget that all those people who died were Kashmiris. Irrespective of whether they were Kashmiri Pandits or Kashmiri Muslims, they were your own people. You can't be talking over their dead bodies.
That's happening now. That's happening now.
General Katoch.
This is what I want to say.
That's happening now.
We should not be allowing this one-sided Pakistan narrative any fertile ground on our soil, in India. General Katoch, I think we have done the right thing. You agree with that the program was cancelled?
Now, the question is, we have these two members of parliament. They have the full right to speak in parliament. Why aren't they speaking in parliament? Why do they want to speak in a small little think tank circle, right? with a very nice name called the Gandhi Peace Foundation, where the propaganda will be spread all across the world. I suspect their motives, I suspect their intent, and I'm quite certain I suspect their funding. They are simply a front for the terror groups in which even senior political leaders like Farooq Abdullah are responsible. The people who committed a genocide when they were in the helm of power, and they are being asked to speak now, and they still want to speak to Pakistan, which is unacceptable. Pakistan will see terror whether they like it or not, and they will be broken, and we will get peace in Pakistan, in Kashmir.
Apart from this quandary, that whom to speak to in Pakistan, given the state of doldrums they are in. The fact of the matter is that if they continue to push this propaganda narrative, and they of course continue to push terror, there is no question whatsoever, Ahmad Ayaz, of talking to Pakistan in any manner. In fact, so far as our internal vibrant democracy is concerned, and since you tried to make it a freedom of speech issue, there is an open invite through this platform and program, Ahmad Ayaz, to all these people who were participating, Sanjay Kak and Hasnain Masoodi and Muhammad Yusuf Tarigami and anyone else. They can join us and speak about the targeted killing of Kashmiri Pandits. They can speak to us about employment for the young, educated Kashmiri youth. They can talk about the efforts that are being done by organizing industry summits to bring in investment in Kashmir. That's something which, of course, Pakistan does not want. Remember, this talk was happening just 2 days before an Organization of Islamic Conference event where again they wanted to foment issue about Kashmir. Also, this event was happening just a week before a very important industry summit with the United Arab Emirates is happening in Srinagar, which is going to bring a lot of investment, a lot of development, a lot of progress and jobs for the youth of Kashmir. That's something which Pakistan obviously does not want. Ahmad Ayaz, you have to understand, and that's the reason why we are not going to talk to them on that note. Thank you so much for joining us, Charles Dhruv Katoch, Amit Raina and Ahmad Ayaz. A short break. On the other side, Arnab Goswami is back with the debate, and of course, all these who were participating in this platform on Kashmir are most welcome to take a grilling here on the debate with Arnab Goswami after a short break.
Right now we are showing you visuals straight from Jantar Mantar as YSRTP is protesting against KCR in the national capital. This is the place where YS Sharmila started her protest. She clearly stated that she wants to get the attention of all the parliamentarians and the nation towards the biggest scam which is done by the KCR government in the Kaleshwaram lift irrigation project. As YS Sharmila is detained by the Delhi police officials, she is being taken to the nearest police station.
Mr. Parambir Singh, you fabricated evidences in TVRP scam. Are you ashamed of it? Are you sorry for it? Who were your political bosses? Who gave you orders? Are you ashamed of the fact that to Republic?
हेलो जी मांगे क्यों नहीं पूरी हो रही? हेलो जी मांगे पूरी क्यों नहीं हो रही?
Right now we are showing you visuals straight from Jantar Mantar as YSRTP is protesting against KCR in the national capital. This is the place where YS Sharmila started her protest. She clearly stated that she wants to get the attention of all the parliamentarians and the nation towards the biggest scam which is done by the KCR government in the Kaleshwaram lift irrigation project. As YS Sharmila is detained by the Delhi police officials, she is being taken to the nearest police station.
Mr. Parambir Singh, you fabricated evidences in TVRP scam. Are you ashamed of it? Are you sorry for it? Who were your political bosses?